Alright, so I did leave a comment under this video, but I'm just gonna make a video responding to this video as well. Gaming discourse has gotten insufferably dumb. Oh, well, that's certainly a take. I mean, like, when when has gaming discourse never been dumb? Gaming discourse has been dumb since the 2000s, all the way back when people were mad about Wind Waker looking like a cartoon Zelda game instead of looking like Ocarina of Time. So what is bro talking about? Gaming discourse has gotten insufferably dumb. All right, let's just watch it. This is from the YouTuber Second Wind, who was originally known as the Completionist or whatever, and now he like collabs with other content creators or journalists or whatever. And I haven't been a fan of the Completionist in about 10 years. I pretty much outgrew his content. However, out of curiosity, I decided to check on his channel, and then I saw the title of the video talking about gaming discourse being dumb. So let's see what he has to say. Alright.
Without some form of brain-meltingly stupid discourse.
Oh man, I hate that avatar. Hold on, let's just go back. That avatar looks so cringe though. Like, it looks like a pompous person. I would have preferred this video without the avatar. What's this video down here? Oh, I play Red Dead Redemption for the first time.
Not a week goes by without some form of brain-meltingly stupid discourse infecting the online game space.
Yeah, welcome to the internet.
Our current political environment has really brought out the best and brightest among us.
Again, welcome to the internet, and that has kind of been that way for years. It's not just a current thing.
As every week they turn the nozzle to the cone setting to make sure they cover every inch of the internet with their dribble. Crimson Desert has been a popular conversation topic for months now, as
I haven't bought Crimson Desert at all.
The narrative was crafted that games media hated the game, even though critics generally rated it favorably and only pointed out the same fixable issues that I did.
Wait, I'm sorry, say that again?
Popular conversation topic for months now, as a narrative was crafted that games media hated the game.
Who? Who said that? Who said that critics hated the game? Can you provide an example? Like, can you name a person?
No critics.
Can you name, like, one specific individual that said that? Of course, I mean, Second Wind is a professional company, so they can't really do that. Whenever I see someone saying dumb shit online, I usually like get out evidence, like provide a screenshot or play footage of, someone saying said dumb thing.
Generally rated it favorably and only pointed out the same fixable issues that I did, which you can hear all about in this video I already made on the subject.
Nah, I'm not watching that.
The developers at Pearl Abyss have been diligently working on the game's release, fixing a lot of the little pain points and turning Crimson Desert into a better experience for everyone. But the narrative that the game's media hates Crimson Desert remained, because it was rated in the generally high 70s.
Okay, so what's the problem here? Like, what's the issue? What does Crimson Desert have to do with gaming discourse has gotten insufferably dumb?
Marathon, which has people stirred up into a frenzy anytime you mention the game on social media platforms.
I didn't even know about Marathon or this game existed until now. Probably because I stopped using. Well, I still use Facebook, but I use social media way less nowadays. I didn't even know about this game.
It's gotten so ridiculous.
This game looks like shit, though. It looks like a generic shooter. I'm not a fan of shooter games. The only first-person shooter I like would be Far Cry 3 and Left 4 Dead.
So there are accounts being created just to search for and harass people who are enjoying the game.
Again, that's not anything new. That's been a thing on the internet for years. I mean, it is what it is. It sucks, but that's the thing about the internet, People can pretty much have access to free speech and can say what they want, and they can make accounts when they want, Like, what's your solution to this issue of people harassing others for enjoying media? I get harassment all the time for enjoying media. Do you just want the internet to go full censorship or something? What is your solution? Because one thing I'm not a big fan of YouTubers like this, they'll bring up an issue and they won't provide the solution to said issue because they're too much of a pussy to be like, oh, I want, censorship.
Every day, every hour, there are people making videos or obsessing over the game's player counts as if their livelihood.
And how does that affect you exactly? I mean, it is what it is. Welcome to internet culture.
Depended on it. In some cases, Just might.
Again, I really hate this guy's avatar. It looks so pompous. I don't know. It reminds me of like a snooty college dropout.
Actually. And then we have the most recent internet blow up over MixTape. A short.
Again, I haven't heard anything about MixTape until I just saw this video.
Sweet coming of age story that has people once again arguing over what actually counts as a video game. How critics are supposedly paid shills.
Oh, I mean, some of them are. I mean, there's even that one time an IGN journalist got caught plagiarizing someone else, and then there are some suspicious reviews that seem overly positive, and like that time when IGN used to give Call of Duty games super high review scores for some reason, while also conveniently giving certain games a lower review score.
And any other number of conspiracy theories someone came up with.
I'm pretty sure, though, IGN and Kotaku and other mainstream journalist sites revolving around video games have paid off shills in them. It is an organization with thousands of members. There's got to be at least one corrupt person in that organization.
While sitting on the toilet scrolling social media. One of the talking points surrounds Annapurna.
I don't know who that is. Hold on. Let's just go watch the MixTape game trailer or whatever. So this trailer has 5,000 likes and 4,000 dislikes. Not a good sign, but I mean, dislike bombing something, it usually doesn't work. In fact, dislike bombing can actually benefit a video on the algorithm. Yeah, so let's watch the trailer. Oh gosh, darn it! All right, so here's my reaction to watching MixTape. And why does this game have an M rating? Like, that's strange, but okay.
Tonight, we're invited to Camille Cole's beach party. It's the tits, it's the jam, everyone's gonna be there.
Why do so many modern games have dialogue like that?
College kids, rich kids, athletes, horse girls, skaters. It's teenage high society. Right now...
Like, I don't know any young people who talk like that. You know, it's the tits. It's whatever else you said. These characters, they look okay. The animation looks like Spider-Verse or something like that.
We have no booze, but we do have some weeds. We'll start at my house, then on to Cassandra's, pre-drinks at our secret hideout, then arrive beachside at 9:45.
What's the... I mean, this trailer is giving off way too much information. You know, like, gee, thanks for spoiling one of the plot points of the game.
No way.
I did it last time.
I look like a child. I can't hand over money with these little hands. Slater, you do it. You're the one with the mustache.
Is this a game or a movie? What is this? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, it's a game because it had that M rating.
Go eat it!
You are expelled, Mr. Rockman.
Okay. Well, this is an M-rated game and you censor the word dick? Come on, not even GTA does that.
If I find you at that party, and I will find that party.
Why is this a video game? Like, when I think of video games, I usually think of something fun and imaginative, like The Witcher 3 and going on a quest to hunt down and stop a werewolf, or playing Super Mario Bros. 3 and going to, you know, one of the games with many weird levels and interacting and fighting weird turtle monsters, or Final Fantasy VII where you're fighting all sorts of giant robots and you're going from towns and, you know, going on an epic adventure and stuff. Why is this a video game?
You'll spend.
All right, no, not every video game needs to be like an epic adventure. Video games can also be horror oriented too, like Silent Hill 2, or I don't know. This just doesn't really look like something I want to play.
24 hours in detention, I promise you that.
What are we gonna do? What's demanded of us? Cops.
Well, again, why the censorship? You have an M rating. And don't give me that, oh, they have to censor themselves because of the YouTube algorithm. Now, no, Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, that Vizzy Pop shit. Those are some of the most vulgar things ever, and they managed to net like billions of views.
Be chill, it's chill.
Where's the gameplay at in this game trailer? Like, well, I was going to say even cinematic games show off gameplay, but that's not always the case. So far, this looks more like a movie trailer than an actual game trailer, though.
Are they gone? This year, I want to ride a flaming stallion of delinquency.
Is that the gameplay? Just floating around? That feels like that one Japanese PSP game. I forgot what it was called, but if you're a JRPG person, and I'll just find it on Google Images.
Most of the time, I'm wondering if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, wow. That's such a unique and original concept for the game. A character doesn't know they're doing the wrong or right thing. I could have sworn I saw this kind of thing in The Witcher 3 or Fallout New Vegas or Metal Gear Solid 3 from the year 2004. Wait, when did that game come out? I believe 2005. Either way, yeah, wow. A character who doesn't know they're doing the wrong or right thing. Man, that's such a unique concept.
To have the optimal teenage experience.
The teenage experience is unobtainable.
This game looks really boring.
Trio of young adults have driven a shopping cart onto the island.
Okay, something's happening. Almost.
This is the lamest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Almost. Woo! Back in business, baby.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was pretty bland looking, to say the least. Alright, so I'm going back to the second win video, but looking at the comments under that MixTape game trailer, there's nobody calling the game woke or anything like that. At least not the top comments. The majority of the top comments are people, criticizing the game's dialogue, which, yeah, is pretty cringeworthy and deserving of criticism. Damn, I am really not terminally online enough, because a lot of people have already talked about MixTape and, I've already critiqued the game. I didn't even know the game was out. I didn't even know it existed until this video. Oh my gosh, I am really out of the gaming loop. Oh man. Let's see. Also, this animation right here, come down to your local dining mall. Please go watch it and give this guy a view. It's a funny little animation. Anyway, back to watching this boring second win copium video.
Regardless whether it's a game or, I guess, a more interactive experience.
Let's see, hold on, let's just go
attention or backlash for being billionaire funded.
Hold on, let's go back again.
Once again, arguing over what actually counts as a video game. How critics are supposedly paid shills. And any other number of conspiracy theories someone came up with while sitting...
People have been arguing what counts as a video game for decades now. Well, about 2 decades. Ever since Metal Gear Solid got popular and introduced the idea of having a lot of dialogue and cutscenes.
On the toilet scrolling social media. One of the talking points surrounds Annapurna, being led by billionaire Megan Ellison.
I don't know who that is.
But people frequently neglect to mention that this was the same publisher who released What Remains of Edith Finch, Outer Wilds, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Neon White, Stray, Cocoon.
These are games I don't really care about. But yeah, people... at least Stray. People like Stray.
Coraline, The Laser Eyes, and Wonder Stop. None of which got any attention or backlash for being billionaire funded.
Yes, but you also failed to mention how MixTape has very cringe and, lame dialogue. Maybe that's why I got so much negative feedback, because the game feels pretty soulless.
Industry plan or paying off reviewers. A number of outlets awarded MixTape with perfect scores, and this has predicted...
Why are you defending MixTape Like, you being so defensive over mixtape is kind of sus.
Particularly set the internet ablaze over the audacity of people with opinions who might have really enjoyed an experience that resonated with them.
Hold on, let's go back again. There's a little bit of irony with that sentence you just said.
A number of outlets awarded MixTape with perfect scores, and this has predictably set the internet ablaze over the audacity of people with opinions who might have really enjoyed an experience that resonated with them.
This is from the channel Second Wind, which one of his prime members is Yahtzee, or the, what's his old name? The Escapist. And this guy has history of making fun of fans for enjoying games that he doesn't like, are causing discourse with negative opinions. So there's some irony, saying, oh, how dare people, do the same thing that my boss does.
Regardless whether it's a game or, I guess, a more interactive experience, as if it makes a real difference. Not to mention, by the time reviews had dropped, nobody yelling about them had even played the game for themselves yet because only critics had access.
Well, you can still judge something based off the trailer. Like, that's what trailers are literally there for, to judge it. If people looked at mixtape with a more positive light, would that still be a flaw as well, since they're judging something based off the trailer? No, of course not. Toxic positivity bias.
A common trait amongst the most talented user reviewers in the online space is having the ability...
Talented user reviewers? You gotta be talented to review? Oh, man, you don't have a specific amount of talent to give an opinion on a video game. How dare you? How dare you not consume the slop?
To experience games through osmosis via their most hated critics. This allows them to form an opinion without ever clicking a single button in a game. And they can even distill other people's...
Again, you can form an opinion on something without playing it. I mean, this is a video game we're talking about. This is a product that people risk wasting money on. That's literally why trailers exist. Trailers exist so you can judge a product whether or not it's worthy of one's purchase, based off their own subjective viewpoints. Like, man, for someone who probably went to college and has a degree, you sure are fucking illiterate when it comes to basic economics.
Thoughts into their own personal numbered score, which they can then share with similarly skilled users over on Metacritic. These are
Again, skilled users on Metacritic? Metacritic requires skill? Last time I checked, Metacritic, any nut job or any person can just make up a random account and just give a game a 10 out of 10 or a 0 out of 10 because they feel like it.
all discussions we've been having since the release of Dear Esther in 2012. Yes, before going...
I'm only 2 minutes and 53 seconds into this video, and I'm already really bored. Like, it just sounds like he's coping at the fact that people don't like mixtape.
Was Dear Esther, and yes, people were arguing about whether it was a game 14 years ago too. That and video game resolutions. Console warriors were lighting up the internet over which version of the same game was better. The online gaming discourse has always been stupid. But until the last...
Okay, well, thanks for confirming what I already said at the start of the video. You just wasted 3 minutes of my life.
Few years, wasn't so heavily monetized and pushed by a huge number of bad actors who are emboldened by the current political climate.
Again, name these people, name these said bad actors.
At least with video game scores and resolutions, we at least partially know what people are upset about. Lately, people are just making things up to get angry about.
Who? Name some examples. Name these specific people. I mean, look at this. There's a YouTuber right here that's criticizing mixtape and doesn't like it. There's some other YouTubers here. And name some examples, please. Who are these big meaty people? Come on, name some examples already. Come on, list some names.
A user on social media well known for their constant bullshit whipped up an outrage mob over fake plot details and Saros, which got spread around all the usual channels as factual information.
Let's see, who's this user?
A user on social media well known for their constant bullshit whipped up an outrage mob over fake plot details.
Hold on, let's go back.
People are upset about. Lately, people are just making things up to get angry about. A user on social media well known for their...
Also, people making up things to get mad about? That's been a thing on the internet for years. In fact, even before the internet happened, I mean, witch hunts back in the 1600s where people would just make up stuff and end up hanging a woman. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's just human nature.
Constant bullshit.
Alright, who is this guy? Ceros is at the home. Okay, by Kenneth Shepard. I didn't even know who Kenneth Shepard was until you brought him up. I'm not buying Ceros, by the way. It looks boring.
Up an outrage mob over fake plot details in Ceros, which got spread around all the usual channels as factual information and accrued hundreds of thousands of
views. You can really apply the same kind of logic to Second Wind as well. I mean, this channel I'm replying to pretty much does the exact same thing.
Months ago, Black Myth Wukong Studios reported to have been blackmailed into paying $7 million for an American consulting firm.
Oh my gosh, people making up misinformation on social media. Oh, good heavens, what will they do? And what is your solution to stop this?
Without any receipts to prove it. Studios like Don't Knock are being attacked for having been awarded government grants, as if it's a new thing for governments to help fund the arts.
I'm not terminally online enough, so I didn't even know about that until you brought it up.
Slay the Spire 2 is being review bombed because Anita Sarkeesian.
That's actually a pretty legit reason. I'm sorry, what's it called?
Being attacked for having been awarded government grants, as if it's a new thing for governments to help fund the arts. Slay the Spire 2 is being review bombed because Anita Sarkeesian.
Is it really just because of Anita Sarkeesian? Are you sure you're telling me there's like no, there's like no genuine criticisms? Come on now, that's pretty disingenuous, but then again, Second Wind is a mainstream game journalist output, so of course they gotta be disingenuous regarding information.
Who's working as an independent consultant these days.
Although I'm not touching something made by Anita Sarkeesian. That would be like listening to David's music, and he's a confirmed murderer.
Is listed in the credits. The investigative minds of our time really had to dig deep to find that one.
Again, this whole video is just coming off as you being upset that people don't like something, which I can relate to. But I mean, you're a freaking, I don't know, $1,000 company. You know, I mean, why are you upset about what other people don't like?
Or how about the CEO of CI Games?
Oh, goodness. I hope don't tell me you're going to simp for a rich CEO.
Thinking that the real reason the Lords of the Fallen reboot, which I loved by the way, didn't sell well, was because it didn't have enough scantily clad women in it.
Oh, okay. He's not simping for him, thank God.
And so a bunch of their marketing has been focused on making beautiful women acceptable again. As if normal people don't like attractive people in their games or entertainment in general. Someone clearly hasn't watched Spartacus House of Ashen.
I haven't watched that either. I literally don't know about most of these things until this video.
Or any show on Stars. Or HBO Max. Anyway, we often refer
HBO Max? Why would I want to get an HBO Max account?
To the culture war in regards to these things, but at this point, the culture war seems to be focused on literally every game release and developer unless they pander to the right crowds on social media, like the CEO of CI Games has been doing for the last 2 years. Despite not having an agenda, as he often likes to claim, whatever the fuck that means.
Again, I had no idea until this guy existed, until you brought him up. And why are you bringing over a tweet from the year 2025? It is 2026. Move on.
I've played through MixTape.
Ill.
And there's nothing to complain about in it.
Really? There's nothing to complain about in it? You're telling me like this game has no flaws whatsoever? Come on, really, dude?
It's just a short, sweet, nostalgic story.
Well, a nostalgic story. I listened to the dialogue in that game, and nobody talked like that back then.
You said in the 90s about finding your path.
Especially in the 90s.
As you prepare to graduate high school. It's got great art, fantastic soundtrack.
Geez, you might as well just go apply for IGN and make extra money with all the shilling you're doing.
And it's heavy on the emotions. And apparently the biggest controversy people come up with about it is that the cassette tape wasn't rewound in the right direction.
Well, another controversy about the game, as I pointed out earlier, is that the dialogue sounds very unnatural. And this isn't just coming from me, it's coming from all the other people that criticize the game. Why are you simping so hard for this game? Like, it doesn't look like it has any gameplay at all. Like, I can understand this kind of LARPing for Yakuza 0 or The Witcher 3 or Red Dead Redemption 2 or any other better game with superior gameplay, but you're just LARPing for this really lame looking millennial zoomer dialogue filled video game.
It's a great illustration of how the discourse of today is largely made up of nonsense.
No, it is not.
The benefit.
In fact, people are going to forget about this game in about 1 month from now, and they'll never remember it ever again because something like MixTape is pretty soulless. I mean, something like Red Dead Redemption, for example, or BioShock, Those games came out a decade ago, and people still talk about them. MixTape, well, first of all, it didn't really sell that well, but MixTape, people are gonna talk about it for about a month, and then they're gonna forget about it. They're especially gonna forget about it once GTA 6 and that Wolverine game come out.
Those
By that time, nobody will even remember this game.
who have figured out how they can game the system and lie with no consequences for doing so, because studios and individuals don't often have the funds to do anything about it.
Or maybe people just don't like a video game that you like. I mean, geez, we're a game critic. You sure do seem to have a hard time grasping that. Like, you're gonna criticize. Let's see. There's are you gonna criticize this guy right here? I get Mug Thief for not liking MixTape. You're gonna criticize him for not liking the game. I mean, I criticize other YouTubers too, but whatever. Just be vague about the people critiquing the game.
And those that do, like PlayStation, for example, often choose to just ignore the noise while the people who work for them are.
Yeah, PlayStation is a multi-billion-dollar company. Of course, they're gonna ignore the noise, and you're LARPing for them for some reason.
Being relentlessly targeted online. And then we have actual outlets legitimizing so much of this nonsense. Like,
what was your What, I'm sorry. What?
example, often choose to just ignore the noise while the people who work for them are being relentlessly targeted online. And then we have actual outlets legitimizing so much of this nonsense. Like,
Well, legitimate. What nonsense? People not liking a game?
giving it the dignity of trying to explain what has people upset in the first place, rather than just calling for what it is. So, why am I discussing this at all?
You're probably discussing this because I'm not saying you are, but it just seems like you were actually paid to make this video. I mean, you already had ad revenue on it, so I know for a fact you're making money off of defending this game. Stupid move, by the way, but yeah, you're defending slop, and I don't really know why you feel the need to be so defensive over a mediocre product, but you do you.
You're gonna ask, didn't I just say it shouldn't be covered? Because it's exhausting to even have to sift through it at this point.
It's exhausting watching your video because you're so boring.
Just look at the comments thread under Skills Review MixTape, or literally any post anywhere about the game.
Oh my goodness, negative comments. I mean, look at the comments under my videos. Some of my it's the internet. There's gonna be mean comments and shit. You know, it is what it is.
This shit is completely unavoidable if you want any presence in the online game space.
Well, if you don't like the online game space so much, do the world a favor and just delete your channel and get rid of all that Patreon money that you e-beg off of your donors for.
Once you spend a hell of a lot of time moderating it out of your community, which I do, because I want our comments and community to be a place you can actually discuss media without the sludge.
Well, sludge is pretty subjective, because what I'm getting from this video is that your definition of the word sludge are people who don't like a game that you do like.
What people need to...
Even then, why earlier you said there's nothing wrong with this game, and that's very clearly fucking wrong because the dialogue in the trailer is awful. That seems like a genuine flaw to me.
Realize is that these things aren't worth giving the air they're so desperate for. The discourse creators of today simply don't merit the rebuttals or the time spent on them by the people they're clearly parasitizing.
I mean, the Yahtzee of the escapist, he does the same thing, technically.
They will cite anyone who says anything they can turn into content and farm the engagement for ad dollars.
And people don't do the same thing to your channel as well?
It's the influencers, the press, the gaming creators, the viewers. It's us. We're all taking part in cheapening the experience of the media we're supposed to enjoy because all anyone can focus on is the fabricated drama surrounding it.
I didn't even know about this drama until I stumbled across your video.
A trap that is...
Thanks, like, ironically, you just gave more attention to the drama. Like, I didn't even know about this game. I didn't even know about people criticizing it until this video right here. You pretty much just gave attention to the drama that you're criticizing. You know the best way to avoid drama? Don't talk about it. At least regarding social media. Like, it's pretty fucking easy. I mean, James Rope, the angry video game nerd, one time he got a bunch of negative backlash because he didn't feel like seeing the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. And you know what he did? Nothing. And he won. He came out on top. Same thing happened to Critical Drinker. I don't like the Critical Drinker. Other YouTubers have tried taking the Critical Drinker down. And you know what he did? Nothing. He didn't participate in any of the drama at all. And he's still, rich and successful off of YouTube. So thanks a lot for, LARPing for this game and pointing out the drama that I didn't even know about. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who didn't even know about it. I didn't even know this fucking game existed until this video.
Constantly benefiting the people who create daily content to push that outrage. I'm guilty of this as well.
Yes, you are. Fuck off. I'm glad your channel is dying, and I'm glad Zero Punctuation has lost its influence over their time on this platform.